Let me ask you something. Have you ever gotten a raise? Or maybe switched jobs for a better salary, and a few months later, you looked at your bank account and thought, wait, where did it all go? You're not alone. In fact, this is something that happens to a lot of people. You make more money, but somehow you still feel broke. So, why does this happen? Today, we're going to break this down in a way that's simple, clear, and hopefully a little eye-opening. And don't worry, this isn't one of those lectures filled with charts, graphs, or financial jargon. We're just going to have an honest conversation about money, like two friends sitting on the couch, wondering why our bank accounts are ghosting us. Let's start with a big one. 1. Lifestyle creep, the silent wallet killer. You've probably heard of keeping up with the Joneses, right? That old idea where people spend money just to look as successful as their neighbors. Well, lifestyle creep is like that, but sneakier. Here's how it works. You get a raise. Great. Suddenly, that $6 coffee doesn't feel like a splurge anymore. You upgrade your phone, your car, your apartment. You start eating out a little more often, maybe buying clothes you wouldn't have considered last year. Nothing crazy, just small upgrades. But over time, all these little treat yourself moments add up. And before you know it, your expenses have risen right alongside your income. So even though you're making more, you're not keeping more. The key thing to remember is this: more income doesn't fix poor money habits. It just gives them more room to grow. 2. You don't have a plan, and that's okay for now. Let me be real with you. Most people don't have a financial plan, not because they're lazy, but because no one ever taught them how to make one. We're just kind of thrown into adulthood and told, figure it out. But without a plan, your money has no direction. It just floats around. It goes where it wants. A little here, a little there. And if you're not careful, it disappears without a trace. Having a plan doesn't mean spreadsheets and color-coded budgets, unless you like that sort of thing. It just means knowing 3 basic things: how much you make, how much you spend, and where you want your money to go. That's it. That's the plan. And once you start telling your money what to do, instead of wondering where it went, things change. 3. You're still thinking short term. Let me ask you something. Do you ever catch yourself saying, I'll start saving next month, or I just need to pay off this one thing, then I'll get serious? Yeah, been there. But here's the thing. Money likes momentum. The longer you wait to start building it, the harder it gets. And thinking short term keeps you stuck in a cycle of just surviving instead of building. It's kind of like going to the gym once and expecting abs. We all know it doesn't work like that, right? Same with money. It's a long game, but small, consistent moves over time, that's where the magic happens. 4. You don't know where your money is going. This one's a classic. If I asked you right now, how much did you spend on food delivery last month? When? Would you know? Be honest. Tracking your spending sounds boring, but it's one of the fastest ways to wake up your finances. When you actually look at your bank statements without judgment, just curiosity, you start to see patterns. And once you see the patterns, you can start making changes. Think of it like this: you can't fix a leak if you don't know where the hole is. 5. Emotional spending. It's a real thing. We don't just spend money on things. We spend it on feelings: stress, boredom, loneliness, even happiness. Money often becomes our emotional outlet. Bad day at work? Treat yourself. Breakup? New clothes? Feeling down? Scroll through that app and buy something shiny. It feels good in the moment, but later, you're broke and still dealing with the same feelings. Understanding why you spend is just as important as what you spend on. If your money habits are tied to your emotions, you're not just budgeting numbers, you're managing feelings too. And that's powerful to realize. 6. You're trying to impress people who aren't paying your bills. Let's talk about the pressure to look successful. It's real. Social media makes it worse. You see people your age buying houses, going on trips, driving luxury cars, and you think, I should be doing that too. But here's the truth. You don't know their situation. They could be in debt. They could be barely keeping up. And even if they're doing well, their path isn't your path. Trying to impress others is one of the quickest ways to stay broke. Live for your goals, not their likes. 7. Debt, the quiet thief. Credit cards, car loans, student loans, buy now, pay later apps. They can all seem manageable until they're not. Debt eats into your income quietly, a little here, a little there. But those interest payments, they add up, and the more debt you carry, the harder it is to build wealth. Now, this isn't about shame. Debt happens, but the key is to acknowledge it, understand it, and make a plan to manage it. Even paying off an extra $20 a month on a card can make a difference. It's about progress, not perfection. 8. You think earning more is the answer to everything. This is a big one. A lot of people think, if I just made a little more, everything would be fine. But But if your spending habits don't change, no amount of income will fix the problem. It's like pouring more water into a bucket with holes. The water won't help until you patch the holes. That's why some people making 6 figures still feel broke, while others earning much less manage to save, invest, and build wealth. It's not always about how much you make. It's about how you use what you have. 9. You're not investing in your future. Saving is great, but if your money just sits there, it loses value over time because of inflation. You've probably heard that $1 today won't buy as much tomorrow. That's not just a saying, it's real. Investing doesn't have to be scary or complicated. You don't need to be a stock market genius. Even simple things, like putting money into a low-cost index fund or a retirement account, can make a big difference over time. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. It's like planting a tree. You don't see much at first, but give it time, and it becomes something strong and valuable. 10. You've never been taught how money works. And honestly, that's not your fault. Most schools don't teach it. Most families don't talk about it. And the people selling financial advice online, a lot of them just want to sell you something. But here's the good news. You don't need a degree in finance to take control of your money. All you need is curiosity and a little consistency. Start small. Watch a video. Read a book. Try a budget app. Talk to a friend about money. Every little step adds up. And the more you learn, the more empowered you become. So, why are you still broke even after earning more? Maybe it's lifestyle creep. Maybe it's emotional spending. Maybe you're trying to impress people you don't even like. Or maybe you've just never had the tools to build something better, but now you do. And you don't have to make giant changes overnight. Just start noticing. Start asking questions. Start taking one small action at a time. Because the truth is, you can feel in control. You can build wealth. You can break the cycle. And it all starts with understanding where you are and deciding where you want to go next. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend who might be wondering the same thing. Because sometimes the first step to fixing your finances is just realizing you're not alone.